All right, everybody, welcome to the call. This is Brian Anderson. I'm here to talk about probably the biggest affiliate opportunity of my life. I'm 51. I've been on the internet since 1993, late 93. I will tell you, never seen anything like it. I've been privileged and honored to be involved with so many people. This is a chance, no matter where you live in the world, to help entrepreneurs. In this case, what I consider the real heroes in America, which are the entrepreneurs that own these small businesses across the country, anywhere in the US. Doesn't matter if you live, though, internationally. Very important that you understand that. So let me get started, and we're going to get this thing rocking. Now, I said this a minute ago. I'm not here to waste your time. You guys get a lot of that. I promise you I will not do that today. I've abbreviated this webinar to get to the point. Let me get to a fact that I want you to know. In the last 14 days, give me a 7 or give me 3 sevens if this resonates with you. In the last 14 days, I literally just computed this about 10 minutes ago. I have paid out exactly $504,308.35. Let me be very clear about something. This $504,000 that I've paid out in the last 14 days is not to super affiliates. It's not to affiliates at all. It's to people involved specifically with what we're doing. People that are on a webinar, people that were on a webinar, right? That's what this is. As a matter of fact, people just like you, I didn't change the slide, you guys, people just like me, people that are doing this. So $504,000, $504,000. Pretty amazing. And you're probably thinking, Brian, I don't really know you. I call BS. I probably would say the same thing. So I like you already. So I decided to take a screenshot from my pay. This is how I pay. Hell, these are just the American payments. There are more internationals. So feel free. I don't care. Grab a screenshot, add it up, call me out. It's all real. Grab a screenshot, add it up. $504,000 since March 2nd. I clipped off the bottom. You know what? I don't want you to think I'm bullshitting you. Hang on, watch this. All right, there you go. You see on the bottom, right there, 42,000 on March 2nd. Today is the 16th. That's 14 days. If you add these up, add it up, as the Violent Femme said back in the day. So I got it for you. This is what you see. This is as real as it gets. So with that out of the way, that's $500,000 to people just like you, just like me. Let me dive in. I know some of you, but not all of you. I have not been able, truthfully, to run all the training calls myself. I've had a litany of people that have really been carrying the weight, and I'm grateful for all of them, from Sid to Vanessa to Nicole to Nikki. There's so many people that have been involved helping, to day one JVs that have even been supporting us. So we've had all these people, to members that multiple six-figure members we've had on the training calls, right? We've wanted to make it about rubber meets the road, keeping it real. This is my wife, Rebecca, and I. Funny enough, all right, don't laugh at me, you guys. I am actually wearing, this is how pathetic sometimes I am wearing the same shirt today. Let me see if I turn my camera on. I am wearing the exact same shirt right now here today. So don't ask me why. Actually, it's just a comfortable golf shirt if you want to know the truth. But I've been an internet marketer a long time. I have a marketing agency in Atlanta. I serve as an elected official. I'm super excited to be here and to share this with you. So, all of you. So, let's move on. I was actually heading to Paris and London for the holidays. I spent 2 weeks over there. Why did I spend 2 weeks over there? Because I was able to. I pulled my kids that were away from home, my kids that are still at home together. And, when they don't have their friends around and their devices, we get a lot of family time. We did the tourist thing. But I love to travel. I love to spend time really low key. I have a boat, small boat, and we go out on the lake where I live. This was 4th of July this past year. It's a little crowded out there. It's normally not like that. And that's me. I do not drive a Lamborghini. I could, but I don't drive one. I'm not really interested in that. I have a nice house, but I don't live in what I would consider, those mansions you see on people's webinars. At the end of the day, I'm the same as anybody else, right? But let me tell you this. I have been very fortunate to either be older and around a long time, lucky, or maybe a little bit good, but I've managed multiple seven-figure businesses from affiliate marketing to ClickBank. I'm top 1% on JVZoo, and I don't even do that much on JVZoo, truthfully. I'm a, what do you call it, a platinum ClickBank guy. I'm a multi-million-dollar with my SaaS platform, multi-million-dollar with the marketing agency. Guys, whether it's timing, luck, or skill, I've been in the right place. I've been a professional marketer for a long time. I'm going to tell you, I want you to imagine today that you're making a couple $1,000,000 a year. Let's say you're making $3 million, right? I want you to imagine it. Just give me a yes if you can imagine that. You're making $3 million a year, and then something happens, and you decide to walk away from your $3 million a year business where you're working on autopilot 15, 20 hours a week. Is there anything you could imagine that would do that? Because that's what happened to me. I was actually a little higher than that, but at the end of the day, I walked away from my business completely. Somebody said, I wish. Richard, all right. Anybody on this call, you're in the right place at the right time to absolutely make more money. I'm not going to put numbers to it, more money than possibly you've ever made before. I was doing multiple millions of dollars and I walked away from what I'm doing. Now, listen, when I got started, my life was not great. I grew up not rich by any means. My dad was a military. He was a sergeant in the Army. We traveled all over the world. And then when I worked hard, went to college and got out, I discovered this thing called traffic. I don't know if anybody can relate, but let me tell you, this is not good. 16 lanes of insanity in Atlanta to get to and from work. As a matter of fact, as a young guy, I was maybe 30-ish. It would take me an hour to go 8 miles. An hour. Daniel, yeah, you got to build the framing, but yeah, I just mean 30 and 40 minutes of crap. But yeah, I hear you. So I got rushed to the hospital at 33. 3 weeks in the cardiac ICU. Lost my job multiple times. Once happened via voicemail on my honeymoon. I mean, this happens to everybody. It's not just you or me. This was the last straw for me. Absolutely the last straw. I played what I call the corporate roulette wheel. I finally decided I need to do my own thing. I once was on a webinar, it's about a year ago, year and change now, with Brian Tracy, information guy. And some of you guys have seen some of these slides. I'm going to get out of this in a second, but here's the reality. If you're willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new, then this is going to be something you're going to want to pay attention to. If you're not, you should probably disconnect. Just being real. Here's what's unique about what we're doing. Some of you are doing this with me now in a different way. There are no products to sell. The program is super easy to explain. You do not have to be an expert. I think it's important. It has the potential, great potential, to build massive value to you and to the end customer who's a business. Now, I tell you this, why? Well, I just showed you the 500,000 plus in the last 2 weeks. I said it, I showed it, I proved it. But we'll talk about businesses as well in a second. If we jump back in time, I want to go back to the beginning of the coronavirus, the pandemic. I was at an internet marketing conference in DC with Onyx Singal and a bunch of guys at something called Webinar Con. I had shifted my business at the time into webinars because I believe the value on a webinar in many cases exceeds the value of the low ticket stuff. It was a better fit for me, and I was learning things and sharing, and I was in a bubble. I didn't even know what was happening. When I went to the airport March 9th, everybody had masks on. And I was like, what is going on? Like, I was literally in the, off the radar at this conference doing that kind of stuff. And what happened is the world changed, right? The world changed everywhere. The US, Italy, Asia, everywhere. I just remember the Italy stuff on TV. It was shocking to me at the time. In the US, the government started doing what the governments like to do. Well, they print money, right? So they started giving money out to business owners because they didn't want the economy to be destroyed. Very interesting, but we won't debate it philosophically by any means. The PPP loans. Give me a 1 if you've heard of these. In the US, they gave business owners money for not firing their employees, right? It came from the Small Business Association, which is a government agency. All right, awesome. Came from the Small Business Association, this government agency, and it was administered. The Treasury sent the money, the SBA administered it. They did it twice. Almost everybody qualified the first time. Second time was more restrictive. They gave out $659 billion. Nuts, completely nuts, right? When you think about it. Best part about it is the money was forgivable. It was like a loan that they would forgive. Many businesses qualified. Helped people everywhere. If you ever said government, what a waste of time, well, I'll tell you, this time they actually got it right. They really did make a difference in the American business community, the small business community. However, 2021, it ended. May of 21, it was over. Both rounds were done. Now, the law that created the PPP program was called the CARES Act. You don't really need to know this, but I want you to understand all the bits and pieces, because this CARES Act had another little known program to help business owners. It was called, some of you know, it was called the Employee Retention Tax Credit. And I vividly remember the first time I was in my CPA's office and I was trying to figure out how I could minimize taxes. And he's asking me, Brian, did you do this? Did you do this? And I'm like, yeah. And then he asked me about this. And I remember saying, no, I've never heard of this. This is, I want to say March of 21. And I go, Danny, I never heard of it. Kathy, I had never heard of this. And they're like, yeah, you definitely want to go check it out. I'm like, awesome. Can you help me on this? What do you think my CPA told me when I said, can you help me on this? Because I'm not a tax guy, right? Yeah, you're right, guys. They said no. Lee Williams, right? They said, no, we don't do that. They don't do that. Well, Brian doesn't do that. So I called other CPA firms. Guess what they said? Good luck, like Eric said. Yeah, they said no. So this ERTC program is another program doling out money to small businesses in the United States, right? Let me be real clear about that. It would be considered an entitlement program. Truthfully, it is a refund or rebate on payroll taxes, but we'll get into that. So it started out being $5,000 an employee. They would take the first $10,000 of qualified wages, multiply by 50%, and that's how much a business would get for every employee. And it was a lot of work to compute it and do it. So everybody didn't do this. They did the PPP program because at the time, the CARES Act said, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Business Owner, you had to pick either PPP or ERTC. PPP was a one-pager. It was pretty easy. ERTC took a lot of work, and most people didn't understand how to do it, so nobody went after it. You fast forward about a year later to March of 21, I think it was March 31st, something called ARPA, or the American Rescue Plan Act, was signed into law. Man, it's another time the government might have got this one right. They put money in for cities, schools, and they changed this program, ERTC or ERC, and they modified it. And they said, hey, we might have missed the boat, because now if you're a business owner and you could receive the PPP loan, you could also get this too, right? And instead of just being for a period of time in 2020, now it's for basically 6 quarters. It changed a bunch of times, but at the end of the process, it was from March of 20 to September 30th of 21 for most businesses. Some people went to the end of year for 21. But so they made it longer. There's more money available. You guys are a smart bunch. How much money could a business get per eligible employee? What was the maximum that they changed it? Remember, it was $5,000. How much did they change the program? Boom, Brad Weber, right? Eric Hansen. Boom. All right. Here's what, you guys are right. Spot on right. Up to 26,000. Okay. So let's level set. The government is giving aid money away that businesses do not have to pay back. How does this help me? Very important. How does this help me? One, most businesses, over 80%, I pulled our team, right? And I have them keep a list. In the month of February, over 80% of the businesses our team spoke to had never heard of it. One. Two, it's hard. It's confusing. They really don't get it. All right. I'm going to say it one more time. Have I mentioned that it's hard and confusing and complicated? In fact, if you were to call up 10 CPAs, the odds are pretty high that 9 of them will tell you, yeah, we don't do that. They still say it. So nobody's serving the business owner. That's a challenge. And we'll talk about that in a minute. However, that challenge creates opportunity. The complexity allows us to design something to serve these American entrepreneurs, these business owners, in a way that they need. So let's talk about it. Small business owners need help. They need an infusion of capital, right? And they don't need $3,000, $4,000 a month loan payments to get out of it. Each of you, myself included, has the power to help American entrepreneurs get access to money direct from the government that is not required to be paid back, to be repaid, right? So we have a chance to play a role in doling out this money, in assisting these businesses, one, educating them, and two, connecting them with accountants to do the work. I say accountants because it's very important. There are some other companies out in the marketplace that use software, payroll clerks, offshore workers. We strongly believe, or Brian strongly believes, that it is important to not be a marketer and promoter hawking untruths. And then, some of the stuff I'm seeing is crazy. So with an accountant and or a CPA doing the eligibility, doing the work, we believe that is the right approach. And I believe the IRS and the government says so as well. The last thing you want is to run afoul of kind of walking the straight and narrow, right? It's very important. Well, listen, when I started looking at this, I knew I could do it. I knew I could do this, yet I'm kind of scared of accounting and taxes and audits. I'm not a accounting professional. So I immediately went out, and this is in 2021, I wrote last year, and I partnered with a CPA firm who specialized in this work, and I got them to pay me money. And then what happened is I generated so much money. No, I generated so much business, but the firm couldn't handle it. They were nice people. I like them to this day. They couldn't do it. So I had to go back to the drawing board, fall of 21. I had to retool, re-architect it. I needed to design something that would scale, not only for myself, but for a couple dozen key affiliates that I wanted to work with, people that had been customers of mine for years. And I spoke to so many firms, and I realized 99% of them would never make it. They weren't set up to handle the volume that just me and a couple people could bring, let alone a large number of marketers. So I found the right company. I ignored the marketing companies. I ignored the ones that didn't have accountants and CPAs. I threw them away. They couldn't do it. I negotiated a deal, more money, more support, a seat at the table, direct access to the team. And you're thinking right now, or you may be thinking, Brian, cool, whatever. I'm not a business. How much can I make as a referral partner? Well, every one of you can make on average between 1.8 and 4% of the amount collected for the business from the government. So I'm going to quantify that a little more easy to understand moving forward. But thinking of it this way, sometimes it helps people. So let's look at a typical business. This is my younger brother. I actually just spoke to him right before the call at 9:45, and I was asking him about a heat pump on a hot tub, you guys. But listen to this. What's a typical business get? My brother, with 11 employees, 2 of which is family, so 9, got $204,000 back. Say that out loud. $204,000 back. That's good. That's good. Let's do the math. I sampled, well, I say recent. I did it for a couple weeks in December, some recent deals. And this number holds true. We're always plus or minus a couple thousand from this number. On average, across all the deals that we've done, which are thousands and thousands, the typical business owner on average got $159,108.85. The largest deal, at least in this sample, we have many larger than this, but the largest deal in this sample was $2.2 million. So I want you to think about, most businesses are getting about $150, $160. The big one out of this sample was $2 million plus. Does that make sense? Give me a yes if this makes sense right now. I want to make sure you're with me. Give me a yes if these numbers jive with you. Thank you, Lee. And Mandy and Francisco, my friend. All right, let's see. All right. So on average, I checked what members, we have over 16,000 agents. And I said, what would be the lowest amount somebody on the team would make on an average deal? And it was this number. The lowest amount somebody would make would have been this. All right. What's the most that somebody would have made on that same deal? Well, funny enough, the highest payout was $7,000. I want you to notice a difference. Obviously, if I had to, which one do you want to get paid, Frank? Frank the Tank from Baltimore and Jim Stacy and Metz and Beretta. You want $2,800 on the deal, or do you want $7,000-ish? Right? It's an easy answer. We all get it, right? 7, right, Brad? Yeah, absolutely. 7. It's the same work. It's the same work. All right. Why the range? Let me tell you. It's about choice. Choice for the business. We let businesses pay less money for the same work if they pay up front. We let them pay a little bit less if they pay a deposit, but if they want to wait to the end, which is totally fine, they pay the normal price. So based on what the business pays, we're going to make different amounts, right? As you can see, depending on the amount collected, payments can be quite substantial. Substantial, and I mean that. All right. Can I do this? That's what went through my mind. Brian, can I do this? Truthfully, I was a little fearful of accounting, dude. I was the worst at a lot of this stuff, right? And I'm like, can I do this? I'm a good marketer, but can I do this? I started writing stuff down on a piece of paper. Fortunately, Vanessa, who's here, drew this for me. She kind of made sense out of the madness. And it was identify prospects. I'm like, all right, I'm good at that. I was a local marketer. I was getting clients for marketing. It's the same process. Done. Step 1. Step 2, get them to fill out a form. Well, I'm good at that too. So step 1 and step 2, I knew I could do. So if you could identify a business that might want free money from the government, if they qualify, right? If they qualify, and get them to fill out a form and step out of the way, then this might be for you. Step 1 and step 2. If you want to make more money, you can do step 3 on, right? Helping get the docs. But if you just did step 1 and 2, you're ready to rock. All right. So let me share some real stuff from other people. I have tons and tons of videos that Terrence, you were at the event last week, I think. All right. These are just real things. I mean, we get thank you messages all the time. Thanks, David. Thanks, Larry. It's so easy. You do the work for us. I'll explain what Larry means later. He is right. Scott went and talked to his CPA. I really want to meet this guy. He's done a lot of deals. I don't know him from Adam. He's in Wyoming, I think. Tim, first deal we ever did, health and wellness company, or first agent deal at least. So you start looking at these. These are all people that were on a webinar, a deal with 24 employees. Burgess, talked to him via text yesterday. Vanessa, make sure you reach out to Burgess. I want to make sure he's good. He had some weird questions, but super cool dude. He's been involved a long time. He's done deal after deal after deal. We have lots of people training and teaching nonstop. Sid, Vanessa, our entire team doing this work, right? Okay, so what else? We have guys like Ray Powell in Atlanta getting restaurants with 33 employees. I want you to remember, up to 26,000 per employee. Just start thinking about the size of this, right? I'm not gonna put a bunch of numbers up here, and it's important for me to say things like individual experience may vary, right? Individual experience may vary, right? Results not typical, right? It's important to say these things. So I say this. There we go. I couldn't get the slides to go. We have people doing small doctors' offices like Susan. We have people, eyelash businesses like salons. I met Mark for the first time last week at a live event we ran. He's done, I don't know, a lot of deals, 30 or 40 at least. All these guys. Well, the results aren't typical, but I guess our members aren't typical because I got a lot of people like this, like Steve in North Carolina, landing restaurants like they're going out of style, like Cynthia getting a grocery store in California. Naomi, she's got way more than 11 now, but these 11 were amazing because it included over $1 million to one customer. Over $1 million to a customer. Naomi made multiple 5 figures on that deal. I want you to let that sink in. I'm not gonna show their checks or anything like that. Multiple 5 figures on the deal. Can this work if you're outside of the USA, Ron? Yes. Give me a 5 if the audio is good and a 6 if the audio is bad. Will you guys let me know? That would help me a lot. Let's see. I have green lights here, but I always want to hear from you guys directly. Good. Thank you. Okay. Audio looks to be good. I appreciate the feedback. I always want to ask just in case. So who else? Well, we got this lady, Naomi. How about Frank? I've never met him. The day I made this slide, he had 16 deals. Note to self, Vanessa, I made these slides a couple months ago. I'd love for you to update these numbers, maybe count the deals and change it around here. Be very useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the little stuff, right? 16 deals, Frank S. Antoine up in Michigan. He's a machine. He did one deal where he got a nonprofit over $2 million. Antoine is a 6-figure earner right now with us, 6-figure plus. Tommy in Georgia, rural Georgia, with over 30 deals for sure, and they're counting all the time. Gina Reynolds in South Florida on the beach with her puppy there, 11 deals in counting. Mark, this is the guy I mentioned a few minutes ago. He was at our event last week, over 30 deals. Unbelievable, guys. These are all real people. Husband and wife, you ever said, I want to work with your spouse? Some people are great at it, some are not. Well, Ron and Kimberly are great. They had knocked out 18 deals together. Bud Clark working with his spouse, Claire, over 12 deals together. Stanley, over 31 deals. Remember, 3,000 to 7,000 is the average payment depending on what the business chose to pay. So I want you to start thinking about those numbers. Outside of the US, Sean's not in the US. He's done over 20 deals. Over 20 deals. Jeremy, over 12 deals. 16 deals by my friend Herschel. He was at the event last week. 16 deals. Roland, over 45 deals. Guys, results aren't typical. These are individual experiences. This does not guarantee you anything. However, let's just say I have a lot of results. Give me a 4 if you get what I'm saying. Results aren't typical. We just happen to have a lot of people experiencing these scenarios, right? Different amounts, different numbers, but we're getting it done. People are doing it. It is happening, and I'm excited for all of them. Whether you have 12 like Herb, he's just starting to rock and roll. He's been helping churches. This guy's a fabulous guy, very detail-oriented, very much a believer in doing right and helping nonprofits and churches. He's done some restaurants too. Pretty good dude. Norma, same thing. Norma, I cannot wait to call her, you guys. She just had a deal finish. She got 11 more that just finished. All one company with 11 locations. Norma's taking out well over 6 figures on that deal. I'm super excited for this. I'm excited to call her. I'm going to actually call her myself when the call ends. She's in New York, but the deal was on the West Coast. Steve, I mentioned this guy getting the restaurants. He was the guy with the snapper, the fish earlier, over 13 and counting. Guys, in the last 48 hours, this is, I should get an updated slide. There was over 75 people with a deal in the last 48 hours. I want you to let that sink in. Not over 20, not over 30, not over 50, more. Over 70 people getting deals all the time, and it changes every day. I've never seen so many people have success, and I've seen a lot of things. I'm not telling you everybody, because that's not true, but I'm telling you a whole heck of a lot of people are finding success, and I'm excited for them. I couldn't be any happier for them. So let me introduce something called RPS Express. So RPS Express is a unique opportunity to plug into our system, our program, and make very real money. As a matter of fact, we've paid $2.4 million in commissions to real people like you, not big name marketers, the actual people who are on a webinar like you. Let that sink in. There is very few webinars you can go on that's going to say that. Heck, I showed you 500,000 in the last 2 weeks. I have to update these numbers. It is going up like crazy. It is my hopes that we will pay tens of millions to people just like you before it's all said and done. That is my personal goal. I want so many of you to make really, really, really good money. And so as we do that, as you help yourself, you have the unique opportunity to serve other entrepreneurs and help them, right? Remember, it's as easy as identify businesses, get them to fill the form out, let the process work. You don't even have to go past step 2. So before we go on, give me a 1 if you think this is a tremendous opportunity. Maybe you already know. Maybe you're like, Brian, man, I'm plugged in. If you're fired up about this, give me a 1. This is simply the best opportunity Brian Anderson, has ever seen personally. And I'm excited to be a part of it. I'm super excited to be a part of it, right? So let me tell you more about the company. So ERTC Express is a tax consulting company based out of Tampa, Florida, focused on compliance, tens of thousands of customers, 4 offices, thousands of team members around the country. Here's the office. I am actually sitting in this office right now on almost a corner, not quite, behind those palm trees. My view is obscured by the palm trees right now. So I normally am in Atlanta, which I run the Atlanta location for the team. So this is a little bit more about us. One of the largest firms focused exclusively, I don't know if we're the largest or not, but we're one of them, focused exclusively on the ERTC program, compliance focused. I can tell you this, CEO here is an ex-investment banker from Wall Street. He is so focused on compliance. He had somebody kind of, man, if he smells anything off, he just lets them go, and he says, look, you can't work here. You have to be above reproach. You have to be better. We have to do it better than the next guy. We hire CPAs, that's certified public accountants, the highest level certification in the US. We actually have 3 people, 3 different accountants that look at any one file. We call it the power of 3. Here's a snapshot of some of the team. That's me on the left, CEO John in the middle, and there's some of the team there in the picture. Look, what makes us different? Compliance, compliance, compliance. When you deal with financial services, this is not a lotion or a potion. This is not FTC. We're involved, this is important financial stuff. We do not rubber stamp files. If a business is eligible, great. If they're not, that's okay. Better that they found out. CPAs, the power of 3 I talked about. We also have a very unique system. It's called a lockbox system, and it's different than other lockboxes. We remove the guesswork on when you will get paid and whether you will get paid. We are not in a position to have to go out and chase checks. As a matter of fact, Brian, who was scared of this in March of 21, taught a session October 26, 2022. I put my face on there. I guess I should cover that little pink thing back up. I taught a session at the American Institute of CPAs on best practices to handle complex non-gross receipts-based eligibility. Pretty cool. Now, I will tell you that I had a CPA with me co-presenting, and I had a CPA help me prepare the presentation. I just did the presentation. But listen, you guys, this is as good and as real as it gets. It's as good as it sounds. It's probably better because I don't want to overstep. So, at the end of the day, it's an affiliate program, right? It's a referral program, if I want to use that word, designed to allow you to help small businesses, the real entrepreneurs, the heroes in the United States, hiring over 50% of the employees in the country. And you're going to earn a commission for referring deals when they're approved and paid out. Now, it says paid out by the IRS. I'm going to tell all of you on a call something that no other member knows. We are going to release in the next 7 days a program where even deferred deals will be able to be paid out in advance. It's very exciting because a lot of the deals go deferred. So we had cut a relationship with a funding partner to kind of do this, and we're about to roll that out. Unique. It's very unique. What we're doing is, some of you may go, Brian, I've heard of this. Well, over 80% of the businesses have not. You can partner with our team to maximize your commission potential. You don't have to do the work alone. We've got training. Module 1 is pretty good. It's not nice to say, is it? I teach you in Module 1 the who, what, where, when, and why, and how much. This is great. I'm going to run it again live because I know people like hearing it live and they can ask questions. Module 2, straight to the point. If you are all about the money, I'm going to show you how to get to the money as fast as humanly possible. I updated Module 2 recently to include some new strategies, and we will illustrate how the entire process works, how you can get to the money faster, and how you can do it over and over and over again. Module 3. This is kind of important. Well, to get to the money, you need to generate the deals. I'm going to show you and tell you not only what I'm doing, but I've highlighted a couple members. I've revised Module 3. What's cool about this is I don't have a monopoly on good ideas. I'm not the only person crushing it. I happen to know 7 members that are in multiple 6 figures approaching 7. And you know what? Some of them are doing different things than me, and I'm sharing it, whether it's my circle formula, whether it's my hands-free approach where you don't need to live near or meet or talk with any clients, whether it's one of my funnels, or whether it's what Scott Hall does, or Bud Clark, or, God, who else? I just added in stuff from Roland, and I'm going to add something in from Kim and Ron Olson as well. Guys, we've been doing this. We've done lots of these, not just Brian, but other members, and we're going to show you exactly where to go. Module 4, if you're on this webinar, I guarantee this thought has crossed your mind, and it's why we created it. You really only need Module 1, 2, and 3. But guess what? You are thinking, Brian, tell me where the big money is. Tell me how I can get the big deals. Don't lie to me. I know some of you are thinking this. I know Frank is. Frank in Baltimore is like, Brian, where do I get the 6-figure commissions? I will break down real examples of multi-million-dollar deals, the niches they're in, what the agent made, and I'm going to obscure their name because I don't want to go into people's business, but I'm going to show you exactly how they did it, how they got the money, why they got the money, and break it down at a low level, which is what everybody really wants. Guys, that's it. That's it. You're going to get messages, videos, leave behinds, flyers, all this stuff, subject lines, samples. Now, I've got bonuses for you. I'll be honest, but I want to know. Give me a 1 right now. Give me a hell yeah. Give me a yes. Give me something. Give me a shout out if you're excited and you want to learn more. If you want to know, how much do I make, right? How do I sign up? Let me know, and we'll get this thing moving. All right. So Everybody gets a website. Actually, just revise the website. It's pretty cool. It looks similar. If you go to ertc.com, it is a version of that homepage. And if you just want to look at it yourself live. So ertc.com, here's some of the website. I'm going through it. Most, builds trust, answers questions. It addresses things, goes through process, examples, case studies, blah, blah, blah. That's the important part of the website. That is what the business has to fill out. These 9 questions. 9 questions. It's not hard. What's your name? Oh, you're a plumber. Great. First name, last name, phone number, email. How many employees did you have? One of the team, when this happens, within 15 minutes, we'll call them for you. Okay. Oh, by the way, the website's done for you, right? Amy said, Brian, I'm an existing agent. Will my existing site be updated to the new version? Yes, Amy, yes. We will do it just like it says here for you. You don't get paid to do websites. Don't even bother. I'm not saying it's not important, but I pay a bunch of other people to do it. Don't do it, okay? Let the tech team do the work. Remember, what are you getting paid on? Step 1, find the deals. Step 2, get them to fill the form out. You can stop or you can help gather documents and make more money. Non-US, of course. We got Canadians. We got Brits like Errol Blackburn, retired pastor. He's been fighting cancer and diabetes. This guy's been on some webinars with me. My mom has been knee deep in the cancer fight on and off for years now. And so whenever I talk to somebody that also has cancer, it just really connects to me. I love to share stories and I always get their names. And man, anyway, this is a good guy. If you don't know him, good guy. Gail in New Jersey. She said this actually on, I don't know, I think it was on her birthday. We were all wishing her a happy birthday. And I remember her commenting this, and I wrote it down. This opportunity is the very best thing I've ever seen. Thank you so much for getting us involved. Pretty good. I've told you all the good. I'm going to tell you a problem that I have. I think it's kind of important that you know the problem. Ready? Can anybody guess? This is a very real problem. And I bet if this problem happened to you, you'd be a little miffed about this one. You'd be a little miffed about what I'm about to tell you. We have people that we run down constantly trying to get their billing instructions, trying to get them set up so we can pay them, like the 500,000 I just showed you. I know there's another 100-ish going to international agents today, right? Tomorrow, right? It's exciting because we can't pay the international guys ACH, so we need wiring, we need this and that. I promise you, when this becomes your problem, it's our problem too, because we want to pay you. We want to shoot you money. We want you to help serve entrepreneurs just like we are, right? So today, I have very special pricing, and I'm going to answer all kind of questions. It's a one-time fee. I'm going to put the link up. I'm not going to play games. I want to get right to it. It's $297. It's a one-time payment. You can see the link. Vanessa or somebody, one of the team, put it in the chat. Put it wherever you need to put it so people can see it and click it. Let me tell you a little more. I'm gonna skip some case. I like this guy, man. He's such a good dude. Burgess gets a pizza restaurant. He gets a deal. Tito's 500 employee restaurant. Boom. He submitted 4 deals when I made this slide. One of them just happened to get $1.5 million. How long does it take? Fastest I've seen somebody get a check in their hand is 11 days. It was a wire, not a check. Average is like 4 weeks, keeping it real. Right? Real numbers. So are you in right now? Are you excited about this like I am? I know you can feel it in my voice. I know you can hear it. You want more? I'm going to give you some more. I'm not done. I'm going to give you some bonuses. We've got a training group. It's pretty damn good. We're about to amp it up. I just I just kind of created some new content. I ran a training call on Monday, and I'm going to start pushing that training group like you've never seen it. If you want to network and immerse yourself with other people doing the same thing in a wide open pond, an ocean, so to speak, right? It's where you want to be. We've got a community that's super supportive. Hell, if they're not supportive, I kick them out of the community. I have a rule. Anybody that's out of hand, I don't kick them out of the course or the program, but they can't be there causing negative stuff to other people. They just have to go. Bonus 2, I do training. I teach you different stuff. Sid does training on sales. Vanessa does training on operations. We teach you all the time. We have lead tracking. This is actually a really cool system. You're going to see exactly where your deals that you referred are. I was on a call Monday with a bunch of agents, and she's asking me about a deal, and I said, I don't remember her name. I said, did you log in and look in the system? She goes, no, I didn't know. How do I do that? We got her the login, and she's like, oh my God, it's with the accountants. That's great, because that's like the last step before it finishes. So lead tracking will let you know exactly where your deals are. All right. Man, I'm getting excited. I mean, listen, if you're not in, I'm not here to twist your arm. It has to be for you, but I'm not done yet. I have a few more things I want to hit right now. Our Facebook ads, my emails, my subject lines, you can copy them, borrow them, steal them, whatever you want to say it. You do not have to meet face to face, right? I will show you again what I'm doing. I am not sending large scale cold email. Now, I actually could do that. Most people are not good at that. I am doing a very targeted approach with my messages and emails where I make a list of 30 or 40 businesses and I circle the wagon, so to speak, and I market to them repeatedly. And I hit them in multiple channels, guys. It works. I'm not done. Don't worry, there's more. What else? I've got a mega bonus, and this is the number one problem that I see people failing in marketing. And I knew we had to fix it when we did this. I had to build a follow-up system which didn't rely on you or me, because I'm not good either. If you don't follow up multiple times, there is a very real chance your deal goes away. If you don't follow up multiple times, it is a very real chance it's not going to happen. I have a complete team. I have a complete team here. Hell, I could walk out right now, put the camera on, and have people wave at you if that's what you want. I have a complete team that is calling. What are they doing? They're calling your deals. They're explaining it again to them. They're helping get the documents in. They're doing the lift. You start it and you hand off. We're like a cross country, or no, a track star, right? You're running the first, I don't even know track words. I can't make my story up, you guys. You're running the first part of the race, and you're going to hand the baton off to the account exec here. He or she will take the baton. They'll talk to the customer more, or for the first time. They'll level set. They'll get the documents. They'll hand the baton off to the QC team. They will do whatever is needed. They will run a little bit. They will hand the baton off to the accountants. The accountants will, kind of like an underwriter with a loan, they're going to do their work, hopefully 7 days or less. They'll then hand it off to the closing team, and that's where it all finishes. Guys, you do not do this by yourself. You are not alone. There are no excuses, no failing at getting clients, no technical skills required, no paid traffic, none of the headaches I've seen so many times. Now, I'm about to make it really interesting. I raised the floor commission 50%. So for anybody that is saying, hey, Brian, I've been doing something like this. Well, now instead of 10%, you're at 15 on any given deal, and you can make up to 30%. You're at 15, which is what some of our early agents are getting, right? You can partner with our team. You can follow our roadmap. You can do what works and just do it over and over and over again. I really should stop talking and start listening. What I want to do is answer any questions you have, and I want to try to help as many of you as I can. The reason is, this is something I discontinued a while back, and I said, I'm not going to offer the paid version ever again. And I haven't for like a year. You know what happened is so many of you said, hey, I want to make more money. Hey, I want to do this and get paid more. And I have a hard time. I'm a pretty nice person. I have a hard time telling you no. And I'm like, I didn't really have a good reason to discontinue it. I just cut it off because I wanted to support the members we had. And now that my team has grown, you know, we have a pretty monster office here in Tampa, and Atlanta is at capacity. We can support more people. And who am I to tell you not to help entrepreneurs, not to be there? I want you to make the money you can make. I'm not here to say how much that is. I think you can figure it out. It's life-changing for a lot of us, at least for me it was. And I invite you to be a part of it. I'm going to just take some questions, you guys. So somebody said, if I'm a current agent, what's the difference? You make more money here, 50% more commission on every single deal, Steve. So if you're one of our field agents and you're like, wow, I love this. I'm doing something similar with you right now, Brian. You know what this is? This is a way to join the group that we discontinued, the paid group, and to actually make more money on every deal. So let me put it into math. If you're making $2,000 on a deal, you would end up making $3,000 on the same deal. If you're making $5,000 on the deal, you would make $7,500 at a minimum. It's that much. It is a monster change. I'm only going to have this available for a short time, but I listen, right? I read the support tickets too, and I see how many people are wanting this. So the main difference between the free and this is you're able to earn more money. Let me just be very transparent. You're able to do the same thing and earn more money. And for me, I'm going to tell you one thing, and I'm just going to be real with you. I know that the members that come on board paid, I'm going to support more and nurture more. Why? Because you guys are working it. It's hard for me to know out of the free agents who the ones are that are crushing it or hustling. I can see some, right? But I know there are others there as well. It allows me to drill in and provide more training, more help, one-on-ones, all kind of stuff that we do. And most important to all of you is it's 50% more commission on any deal you do. So great question, Leroy and Steve. What do you have to do to make 30 instead of 15? It's such a good question from Mary Lynn. So our number one problem, I want to be real transparent. Our number one problem is getting the business owner on the phone and getting all their docs in. If I can have you do that and get all the docs in, right, at the time you submit the deal, like if you just submit the whole package at once, our operational costs go down. So instead of getting 15%, if you get them in at the time you submit, you'll get 30. If you get them in within a week, you'll get 25%. Does that make sense? Instead of 15, you can make up to 30%. It's big. It's a big change. And I promise you, the people that are making the monster checks are helping get the docs in. Why? Because it's a hell of a lot more money and they can control all elements. I'll share some of the training that we did at our live event where 2 or 3 of them talked about exactly how they do it and how they make 30% every time. I'm happy because that is less deals the operations team has to do here. And they just slide right into a QC and then accounting. All right. So I'm going to pause, take a sip. Take a sip of my drink, which is a water here. If I upgrade today, do I receive the higher commission for deals that are already in the works? Yes. I like baseball, and in baseball, the tie goes to the runner. If you have deals in the work, all your deals will be honored at the higher rate. Done, easy. Is the fee every year or once for life? Linda, one time for life. Once. Is there a replay, Frankie, Frankie Ortiz. What a great name, Frankie. There will be a replay. This is live, so there's not a replay right now. I answered that. How do we get to 30%? We will have a replay. I answered that one. I should have said that already. My favorite comment so far has to go to Francisco. A different call will do prizes. I got to keep my head on straight today. I'm Ubering my ass back home. I'm in about 20 minutes. You're good to go. Don't speed. That's funny though. I'm going to share it so y'all can read this. All right. What else? If I have a deal right now and it has not closed, will this be automatic? Yes. Vanessa, are you here? Can you come out and be on the call for a second?
Absolutely. I'm here.
Can you make sure
Yes.
that happens? Make sure Victor and his team know anybody that upgrades any deal, I don't care if they put it in 3 months ago, they put it in 3 weeks ago, is at the 50% bump up in commission. The whole point is their status changes in the system. It should be automatic, but I'm going to defer to you on it.
Absolutely. I will make 100% sure every deal in the pipeline and every deal moving forward in the future is applied this upgrade.
And Leroy Chan just said, Brian, same thing means we can just submit the lead doing nothing else. Leroy, yes. Yes, 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 and make more money. Okay, John Otto has a great question. So, Brian, your team in the paid version is in addition to the CPAs. Okay, so we have a team of y'all. You want to go on a field trip? I'm gonna walk out here. I'm gonna make this very real for you. I'm gonna turn my camera on. John, I'm gonna explain it. Let me see. Hang on. This is always dangerous. I always got to hope the Wi-Fi doesn't freeze up and I look stupid. Wait a minute. Can you see the palm tree? I said I was by the palm trees. Vanessa, can you see the palm trees? I don't know if you can. Anyway, they're right there. But
I do.
Okay, so do a quick field trip. Let me see. All right, we're gonna start. I'll turn the camera around. Break room. I like that nobody's on break right now. I'm gonna points to everybody not being on break. Like to provide fruit. All right. All right, so I'm gonna put the camera up. If anybody's paying attention, yeah, wave your hand, somebody. Yeah. All right, awesome. All right, so as we walk, you're seeing some of the people here. This is the gong. I shouldn't hit it. This is the gong. Can I hit it? All right, I can hit it. All right, I can hit it. All right. What happens when you get a deal? Let's do it. Guys, that's what happened. That's what happened. We've got 1,000 people on the call. They said, is there anybody else at the company besides you? I just said, well, let me walk around. I'm not kidding. All right, awesome. Thank you, guys. All right, so let me walk back. Yeah, right? You get a lot of steps here. My step count goes up 50% at this place. All right, hang on a second. All right, let me get back. Shut my door. That's just part of the team. I don't want to spend the whole time on the field trip here, but I think you get the gist with what we're doing. Woo! I didn't warm up the gong. Jason, you're so right. I realized that actually. How long will this deal last? It'll be a couple days, Paul. You don't have to do it right now, man. I'm not here to twist your arm. I don't actually know, Paul. Few days, 3 to 5 days. Let's see. Can I explain more about advertising? Is it a good idea? Myra, in the course, I actually show you exactly what works best. I show you what works for me and what's working for other people. Whew. Sorry, I have my water and my LaCroix. I need a quick drink after that. So, yeah, there's lots of people. There's like 100-ish people here. I never know because the HR team is constantly hiring people, how many people are here. All right, so yeah, the fresh fruit's key. I like to provide food, you guys. All right. Yeah, the bump in commission. Listen, I wanted to split this out. The original course is $12.97. I wanted to split this out. There are opportunities to spend more money. I'm not going to sit here and act like there's not. So let me explain. If you want to immediately bump in commission, it's $297. It's a one-time fee. Everything's the same. The entire team, there's over 40 plus 24. There's 64 people that are doing nothing but calling your leads the minute they come in. Some of them have been here a year plus. There's an opportunity to join a monthly fee group. I'm trying to think. And there is an opportunity to kind of go to the top level, the top of the food chain called the ultimate. Still discounted off the original, but it's more money. I'm going to be really clear. It's more money one time. The difference at the ultimate, when you see that, is it does one thing for you. And I have a video there. You can watch my video that basically tells you that you're able to bring in a team of sub-agents or sub-affiliates. Bambi was just asking that, and I met Bambi here in the office last week. She came to the live event as well. So let's be clear. If you want to have sub-agents, you want to do the ultimate. Because I will tell you that the guys and gals, it's not just guys by any means, the guys and gals that are making it happen, the guys and the gals that are making, there was a guy at the event last week, Bambi or somebody, Terrence, that was at the event. How many deals did Scott say he's doing a month? I want to say it was 100 or over 100, but I don't want to misspeak. It's something to that effect. The way he's getting to 100 is he has a team of people helping him. Vanessa, I just sent you a text. Hey, you guys, if you're ever on a webinar and you need help on something, this is a secret. You text them off camera. So Vanessa, please look at my text so you can help me. Awesome. All right, let's see. 100, Terrence says. Exactly. All right, perfect. The ultimate, I think you can upgrade to the ultimate after you come on board. I don't think you could do it at the same time. You got to come on board first. Let's see. Yeah, Jan, we're just finishing the webinar. So with this marketing package, do we have to be concerned with setting up automation and triggers in a funnel? No, you do not have to be concerned with that. How much longer will this program continue to run? About 18 months, 18 or 19 months. I don't have the exact number in front of me, Ron. In terms of process, how is it different to what we follow right now? It's not different. You're just going to make more money. I'm basically just opening the paid version up so you can get paid more. Truthful. Vanessa, John, let me pass you over to Vanessa. John M. Vanessa, I don't know how to do any of that, but I'm going to defer to you privately. How are you able to give us more commission? I haven't heard of others doing this. It's a good question, comment, Felicia. We own the entire process, the accountants, the processing, the front end. We own the entire operation. So that's how we're able to do that. Jason Sherman said, Brian, this upgrade is a no-brainer. Jason, I agree. If you are interested in doing what we're doing at all, you're going to want to do this. At all, you're going to want to do this because there is nothing quite like it. Let's see. Perfect. Thank you. All right. To my understanding, once you click the link for expressrps.com/go-live, once you go to that link, you will be able to upgrade there. Yes. I want to know. Okay. Great question from Jacob. I want to know if I make the payment, other than making more money, that's the primary goal, Jacob. Will your team help me get prospects? We do have one-on-one help. You are going to be able to plug into kind of some of the systems we do, Jacob. We'll be able to share that with you. Will we email them on your behalf? We won't email them on your behalf. After you generate the deal, we will work with them on your behalf. We will help you on the front end to make you sufficient. but that is the one area that you're going to end up carrying the ball, so to speak. After you do that, we will then work on your behalf after that, to be clear. Awesome. Many people are saying the government money for the program is almost gone. Jan, no, that's incorrect. So then no one will be able to get new customers. No, I mean, there's a lot of FUD out there. A lot of people who don't really know what they're talking about. It's a rebate of taxes they already paid. We're in good shape on that. Somebody said, is there a refund policy? You guys, we're pretty easy going. We have I don't even know what it is, 60-day refund policy. We don't ask any questions. I promise you, though, if you're plugged in and doing what we're doing, you're not going to want a refund. You're going to want to come on board. What are the qualifications? So for the business, George, or for the agent? I'm going to assume you mean the business. So for the business, they have to meet a couple criteria. They have to have W-2 employees, one. They have to have been impacted in one of these two ways. It can be both. It needs to be at least one. All right. First way. They would have to have lost money when you compare 2019 to 2020 and 21 on a quarterly basis. So quarter two of 20 compares to quarter two of 19 to quarter two of 20 and 21. They have to meet certain thresholds of losses. Now, that's one way to qualify. Another way to qualify is they were directly or indirectly affected by a government mandate, a shutdown of some type. What I mean by that is the government said, hey, your business has to close. The government says, hey, you have to be 6 feet apart. The government says, uh-oh, you can only do takeout. The government did something, right? The mayor, the governor, some government entity passed something that affected the business. Now, if that happens, right, that allows, even if they made more money, they qualify. So those are the two primary ways that you qualify. Economic impact or revenue decline, right? Or the effect of a government order, full or partially affecting the business more than a nominal percent, which I believe they define as 10%. So if one of those two things happened and they have W-2 employees and they are less than 100 in 2020 or 500 in 2021, they are eligible for the program, right? Man, I'm seeing people streaming in here. Vanessa's texting me. A lot of you guys are coming on board. And it looks like there's a delay on JV Zoo because they're all happening all at once right now, it looks like. So if you're upgrading right now, say your name. I want to make sure we shout you out because I couldn't be any more excited. The team couldn't be any more excited. We are going to do some cool stuff. You're going to get assigned one of our account execs. So all your customers are going to go to the same account exec. It's really cool. It allows you to kind of streamline the process. That is my goal. I want to make it easy for you. Jason Sherman said, Brian, I just upgraded. Welcome, Jason. He said, I have one deal already in, 96% done. I can't wait for you to get the upgrade. Joseph upgraded. He's in. Renee's in. Amy Miller's in. Frank's in. Can companies with contractors qualify? Chris J is asking. So, Chris, let me give you two answers to that question. If a company has W-2 employees and contractors, yes. If a company only has contractors, then no, it is unlikely they would qualify. For everybody getting the new website, it'll roll out automatically from the team. I don't think you'll have to do anything. Vanessa, will you let me know if they have to do anything? I don't think they do.
Not a thing.
Awesome.
It'll be rolled out automatic. Yep.
Teresa said she's in. Ultimate. Albert said, I'm ready to go. Frank, who was in the Uber, Francisco said, I just pull it up. Time to do it. I'm excited, Frank. We run live events. Some of you were at the event. You know we took care of all your food, including dinners and lunches. There was no cost to attend the event. I think I made everybody pay a deposit, and then as long as you showed up, you're getting a refund. They get that money back. Guys, this is an amazing chance, like nothing I've ever seen. Camilla said, don't you call the leads and help them? Yes. Yes. Camilla Clint, yes. So when you get a deal in or a lead, right? I call everything a deal. And it's different stages of a deal. As soon as your lead is in the system, Camilla, we have that whole team out there that is calling for you, right? Somebody's asking about my software product, Instant Reply. I'm happy, you guys. I have a partner on that. I can't just give it to you, or I would. I'd give you a 1-month trial for $1. Vanessa, you can put that in the chat. I'm happy to do that for the couple of you that are asking. I'm happy to have you try it out. Absolutely happy. Is there a cutoff time to upgrade to Ultimate? Everything has to happen within, I think it's like a 7-day period. If you need longer, let us know. In general, we always say yes, so it's pretty easy. Do we need to upgrade first before going to Ultimate so you can do a team? Yeah, I don't have a button that allows you to do both. So you have to do it one at a time. It's still discounted down lower than the original price. So it's still an incredible deal. It's just 2 separate steps. I didn't want to force people who didn't want to do Ultimate to do it. Does this allow for us to call directly to the office? Right? We have a whole system with live phone calls. Yes, Leroy, yes. Steve said, I'm upgrading. Boom. Camilla said, okay. Daryl Patterson. Daryl, did I say it right? Because it's P-A-T-1-T. Is it Patterson? I'll have to get you to teach me. Steve Brandt said, Brian, I'm in. Will we have the option to upgrade to Platinum down the road? Yeah, so our Platinum is a level you get with us for getting a certain amount of deals. For the upgrade where you can do teams, it's called Ultimate. If you know you want to do that, we're happy to hook you up and help you do that. Let's see. Sarah said, I'm in. This is such a great opportunity. Danelle Baker is in. Daniel Milo said, will the web use our own domain? Yeah, so what you can do, Daniel, is we're going to give you a site on a URL. You can point your domain at it. We show you how to mask the domain. You can point it at it. If you want, you can simply install the site on your site if you want to do that route too. We're happy to make it as easy as we could. All right, awesome. When you say upgrade, do you mean from our current site to the new platform? I mean upgrade to Express RPS with the 50% bump in commission. You're going to get the new website and everything else. Yes. Irfan said, is there competition? There seems to be a lot more people doing this. Irfan, in the grand scheme, there are other people doing it for sure. I'm going to tell you a secret, though. We've designed the system to stand out. We have accountants, CPAs. We have a legal team, right? A lot of people are doing it. There's an MLM I heard out there doing it. I don't recommend that, you guys. I have nothing against MLM and network marketing, but I'll tell you this, it's a lot smarter. The model we built is based around tax accountants doing the work, not software, not offshore. I strongly believe that's the only right approach. Lisa said, I'm in, Brian. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Teresa said, $297 is an upgrade. Yes, that's the upgrade price. Hey, Susanna, long time. Susanna said, oh my God, Susanna, my daughter is in, oh, you're in Switzerland, not Stockholm. My daughter's in Stockholm right now. I'm in, I have no deals yet, so now is the time to get my butt in gear. I like it. Good to see you. Is this like ERTC Express? So the company behind our program is ERTC Express, Charles. Yes. Luke, I don't see your question. Will you ask it again just because I didn't see it? I see it says I asked a question about Ultimate. Do you still give us lists of leads? Every single day you can get a list of leads every day. That was Felicia. Mary Lynn, this is it. You got the link. If this makes sense, come on board. If it doesn't, that's okay. What docs do we need? Really simple, you guys. So for you to sign up, it's a link and it's very easy. For the customer, we ask for a couple things, something called a payroll journal, a W-3, and 941 tax forms for certain periods. All of those can be downloaded by the customer out of their payroll software or system. If they got a PPP loan and they got it forgiven, we also ask them for the forgiveness form. That is it. When we have those documents, you're good to go to determine eligibility. Jamal said, I signed up originally with Mike Long. Mike's a great guy. Can I get the update? Jamal, absolutely. This has zero effect on Mike or yourself. It's a 50% commission bump to you. Sierra said, okay, thank you. Let's see. Frankie's asking about the webinar to instant. Yeah, you guys, we're not going to get into instant reply. There are a few people asking for a link, and I just said, hey, give them a $1 trial. Vanessa, you can see if you can help those questions. I would love to try it out. Awesome. We'll put the link in. You guys should have it. Ryan said, I just updated. Ryan, yes. So when you go to Ultimate, instead of 15% as the floor, thank you, Ryan Mosier, the floor becomes 18 to 30. And there are opportunities to even go to 35 with Ultimate. So the Ultimate's next level. If you're serious and you know you want to make all the money on every deal, you're going to want to go to Ultimate. Notice I'm not sitting here twisting your arm at all. Where can I get the info on this? I came in late. Jamal, we will have a replay very shortly for you. Irfan, are businesses charged a fee? Yes. Is the fee up front or out of the funds recovered? It is 100% performance based. Irfan, so after the accountants do all the work, they can pay right then, or after they get the money, it is up to them, Irfan. All right. Vanessa, a few people are saying they're at the link, but they don't see a button to click to have access to pay. Can you make sure the button is at the, very easy to see? I think there's a couple people asking that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think that's definitely something going on here. Do I have to contact and follow up with clients once I get them in the system? No. You could if you want, Frankie, if you want to earn more money. However, I will be candid. In many cases, I earn the same commission because all I'm doing is bringing the deal in and I go to the next one. I bring a deal in, I move on. I bring a deal in and I move on. If you're working directly with the business, you may talk to them. You may gather their docs. You may want to make the extra money. There is no wrong answer. You may want to do a little bit of both. Can I upgrade to Ultimate down the road? Anytime during this period, you can upgrade to Ultimate. If you know it might be in 2 weeks instead of during the period, reach out to one of the team. They will let you know if they can do it. I'm not really involved in that, or I would help you on the call. Is there a multiple payment on the 297? There's not. It's a one-time payment. Good question. Wow, that's amazing. I love it. Oh, man, Dwayne. Dwayne said, Brian, I just got home from the graveyard shift. I missed what the upgrade has. Dwayne, cutting through the crap. I'm going to save you every bit of minutes. It is a 50% bump in commission from 10 to 15%, the upgrade, right? Boom, done. If you're a free agent. I don't see the link to sign up on the page. Vanessa, we need to make that super clear. expressrps.com/go live. Let me, you may have to scroll. I didn't make the sales page. One of the designers did. So I'll make sure they make it like super obvious, since I'm seeing a few people ask that. On the upsell page, it says go platinum. Platinum is ultimate. Let's make sure it says, go ultimate, Vanessa, because I don't want to confuse people. Instead, I appreciate they called it platinum, but it's called ultimate in the system. So make sure they change that word to ultimate so it's more clear. Thank you, Amy Miller, for that. Let's see. Okay. The 1 month trial, Laura, you were asking for the trial. Where is it at? Vanessa's going to put it in the chat, I think. I don't see it, or I would give it to you. She hasn't done it yet, y'all. I'm going to blame her. Let's see.
I'm working on the trial link. Sorry.
I know you are. I'm just razzing you. Does your team have a good closing ratio for deals that qualify? Yeah, it's about 65 or 70%, David. Can we have the form to fill out in our email? You can have a link in your email with a picture of the form. I've done that a little bit, Camilla. And then when they click it, it takes you right to the form. That's what I do. Steve said, Brian, can you explain more in detail payment options we have? If you want to upgrade and take advantage of Express RPS with the 50% commission bump, there is a one-time payment of $297. Some of you may want to do what we call the ultimate, which allows you to have sub-agents. It allows you to do all these other things, right? If you want to do that, there is an upsell that will be presented to you. Oh, I just heard the gong, another deal. Deals are flowing in today. I think it's like 20 already. It's 11 a.m. Terrence said, I'm excited as I joined Ultimate. I just joined. All right, Terrence, awesome. This has been amazing. Hopefully, okay, good. I totally get it, Becky. Thank you so much. Yep, on a landing page is fine, Camilla. Yes. Let's see. Great question from Sarah. Are accountants and CPAs one and the same? I got Vanessa asking me questions. A CPA isn't an accountant. All CPAs are accountants. Not all accountants are CPAs. It is a rigorous certification exam in the US that accountants decide to pass to become the highest level. I think in the United Kingdom, they may call them chartered accountants. On the sales page, it should be obvious at the front of the page. Make sure you look at the top of the page. There's a code. Yes. How do we counter the tax attorneys that are doing this and say not to work? We have CPAs and attorneys on file, so we just don't say things like that. Yeah, so none of this work is done by Brian or by marketers or by offshore or by software. This work is all done by certified public accountants licensed to practice before the Internal Revenue Service. Ryan, yes. Ryan Mosier, yes on that. Let's see. William said, Brian, do you guys talk about LinkedIn? So we have a module where there is one member that is generated 1,000+ deals from LinkedIn. Honestly, I had a whole LinkedIn section. His is better. So I have his training on LinkedIn in the system as well. But good question. Rich said, I'm going to sign up when I get to a larger screen size. I get it, Rich. Luke says, is the cost $297? Luke, it is. It's a one-time payment. So a few people asking about the sub-agent, sub-affiliates. Can we have those? We have the offer for Ultimate where you can have them. You will not be presented with that offer until you purchase right here at $297. Another gong, man. They are going off. That is different agents getting deals right now. I love hearing it. Let's see. No, Chris said, Brian, to get the 15%, do I have to get the docs? No, Chris. All you do is the exact same thing. Submit a deal. You make more money. Got it. Let's see. Do we have examples of flyers? Yes, I have a new marketing department that it loves to make flyers. I have all kinds of flyers. Yep. Thank you so much, Joseph. If we came in through Onyx Webinar, yes, Onyx is still coded to Onyx. Everything is good, Rob Bush. You are absolutely good. Camilla said, I have a 30% click rate. I'm having a problem on form fills. You know what, Camilla? We're happy to work with you on that. I get it. I think when you see the new landing page, you're going to go, wow, it's so much better. So happy to help you. Mackenzie Harvey said, yeah, there's a lot more training, Mackenzie. I think there's 2 more calls per week to answer your specific question. Vanessa, I'm still, Felicia's asking about a button. I know there's a button, because I'm seeing
Yeah,
a
if
bunch
you'll
of
refresh, it's now at the very bottom of the website. So you can scroll all the way down, jump all the way to the bottom, and it'll be right there.
Yep, and I like to put the button multiple times because I run into the same problem Felicia does sometimes for me. Vikram said, will this be for all my deals? Vikram, yes. Yeah, this will be the end of us allowing people, one, to sign up as agents. When this ends, there will be no. If you're already an agent, you're good, you guys. I'm not gonna cancel you. This is going to be considered a last hurrah, the final tour, so to speak. Eric Dickerson, you are good, my friend. Let's see. Lisa said, I just got a new domain. So Lisa, what you can do with the domain is if you have a vanity URL like taxrefund.net or something, you could forward that right to your domain and use your vanity URL, or you could use the other URL. To sign up, it is $297. Let me be really clear. It should be showing on the screen. It is $297 to sign up. Can I be successful with this program without your instant reply software? Yes. Yes, you can. 100% you can. Do you use your instant reply software? Yes. Yes, I do. But by no means there is no one thing. Let me be very clear. There is no one thing required to be successful. No one thing to be successful. Can I do ultimate in it tomorrow or the next day? Yes. Yes. Luca, yes. Wilbur Smith said, hi, Brian. Done. I'm upgraded. Welcome, Wilbur. Lisa, okay, good. Lisa S. Laura B. Laura, we're happy to give that to you. Amy said, yep, button's there. I see it, you guys. It's just down at the bottom of the web page. All right. Yep, I went to desktop mode on my phone and the button appeared. Must be something on the mobile phone. I don't know, Ryan. We'll check it out after the call, you guys. I appreciate the heads up on that. Can I get the link? The link, you should see it right on the screen, you guys. If we're outside the US, can we still get help and support? Yes. On any given week, I have a dozen or 2 dozen people outside the US getting paid on any given week. So if you're outside the US and it's not as easy to call the customer, all you have to do is get the customer to sign up. The team will call them for you. Be very clear. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I'm skimming them, you guys, because I've answered a lot of these. Hey, Joe Jablonski, shout out. The buy now is all the way at the bottom. Vanessa, make sure that button's in like 3 spots, because I'm telling you, it is causing a little bit of consternation on the call. I'm feeling it. It's palpable through the messages. You guys, the button's there. It's at the bottom. If you happen to watch this on the replay, you're going to see the button multiple times. Promise. I'm in Canada, but am I able to have payments go to my US account? I'll send docs needed. Dwayne, yes. I would need you to send some stuff, Dwayne, but yes. Ben said, can I have some time? My internet's flaking. Ben, no problem, okay? This isn't a twist your arm kind of thing. What is the ultimate? All right, when you sign up with RPS Express, right, for $297, there is an opportunity to come on board for what we call the ultimate. The ultimate is even more commissions. The ultimate allows you to have affiliates under you. If you're interested in that stuff, you can take advantage of it. What type of marketing can you share with us that can put this program on steroids? Guys, I'm going to share not what I think. I'm going to share the exact marketing that the people doing dozens and dozens of deals and making 6 figures plus are doing. It's the best kind. It's not theoretical, it's real. Ryan said, I just upgraded to Ultimate. Welcome, Ryan. If we can't do it today, Janet, I think it's like 5 to 7 days. You're good, Janet Green. No stress. I came in late. I'm confused. Jamal, you're good. You're a member, Jamal. Okay, you're good. Don't spend any money. Jamal Donaldson, do not spend any money. You are good. If we get the Ultimate with sub affiliates, do they have to pay? No, it is completely free for your sub agents or sub affiliates. Good question, Sire. Let's see. I can't give you the link to the replay yet, but once we finish the call, we will make a replay link and give it to you. We'll send it out in a few hours to everybody. If I want to be in the monthly fee group, how much is it after I do the trial? It is $197 a month. There's no obligation. If you want to be in that group, that's the price. All right. Let's see, skipping answered. There's a lot of the same questions, you guys, but I want to answer everybody's questions. What does the Ultimate membership include? More commissions, higher commissions, and the ability to have sub affiliates, Ellery. Just bought the Ultimate, Brian. We have 40. Oh, wow. Daryl, can I bring you on live? I would love to share that. I would love to have you live on this webinar right now. I'll unmute you for 30 seconds. I want somebody to hear from somebody not named Brian Anderson what you just said. I'm going to see if he says that. Let's see if he says. He may say, no way, Brian. People say that sometimes, I promise. Daryl just came on, but I don't want to read what he has. All right, Daryl, I'm going to bring you live. I'm going to unmute you. Let me see if I can do that. Daryl. Let's see. Oh, my God. Thank God I found you. It was easy. There's a lot of people here. Daryl, you may have to unmute yourself. Let me send you an unmute request. How about now?
Hey, Brian, can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. You sound crystal clear. Welcome, and thank you for coming on live.
No worries.
Well, all right. I didn't want to steal the thunder, but I just read what you said, and I was like, holy cow. First, welcome. We're glad you we're glad you upgraded. But tell everybody how many deals you have in the system right now.
We got 44 in the system right now. We only started on the 9th of January.
Wow. 44, you guys. So instead of making 10%, he upgraded all the way to Ultimate. Every deal is at least 18 and as high as 30 for Daryl. And Daryl, that's the same amount I get paid, by the way, as well. So pretty cool, man. Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in Shropshire in the UK.
Nice. I was just there, but like most tourists, I left central London only to go towards Stonehenge and then back on the whatever motorway that was. But yeah, no, we're really glad we're glad to have you. I can tell you this anecdotally, we are seeing more and more checks going to Germany, Spain, and the UK right now. There's a lot of people in the UK really doing good work. In general, I've been to the UK a lot for events. There's a lot of smart marketers there. I mean, really bright. So congrats on the 44 deals right now.
No, thanks for the opportunity. Yeah, just to pretty much double our money.
No, I love it. Yeah, absolutely. And you do it right. You guys can get, even if you get the docs in 7 days, you can make 25%. We want you to, the more docs you bring in, the more money you get paid. You can choose to just, in the case of Daryl with Ultimate, just make 18%. Totally fine. But if you want to bring in the docs, it's a lot more money. But I will, let me answer some more questions. I just wanted everybody to hear 44 deals. He's from the United Kingdom. So Daryl, thanks and nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. Cheers, Brian.
Okay, cheers. Take care. Bye-bye. Is access to the portal ever down? Chris is asking, in theory, no, but it's on Amazon Web Services, so it's theoretical that it could go down, Chris. Can I upgrade and do the mastermind later? Try the dollar out. If you're not happy, even if you get billed and you meant to cancel, we'll take care of you, okay, James? I don't want you to stress out about it. Somebody said they're hearing the gong. The gong is on fire out there. All right. Does the 297 cover all the different ways and funnels? James, yes. Thank you, Brian. Somebody said, will it cost me more than $500? It's $297 to come on board. Ultimate is $497, so it would be the sum of those two numbers to get all the way in. How can I level up from being a referrer? Amber, right away, the easiest thing you can do is come on board. It's $297 as a one-time pay. I've never believed in something more than I believe in this. If you came on late, you guys, let me show you something, because a lot of times it all sounds BS on a webinar. I've been on a lot of webinars, and it really does. Sometimes my wife's listening to me, and I'm like, I have to show her. So let me show you something I did at the beginning of the call. So in the last 14 days, this does not count international payments. This is only people in the US. I've paid out $504,308.35. And you may be thinking, man, that sounds like a whole lot of BS. So what I want to do is make it crystal clear. Take a screenshot if you want. There's one or two items off the page. You can see all the different payments. There's over 50 or 60 people here that got paid right now. 50 or 60 different people. Guys, it's exciting. It's exciting to me. Maybe not you, but I am excited. I got a message from somebody who just got a six-figure payment. He's pretty damn happy. You can see the payment, March 15th. It's exciting. I get excited about this. Somebody said, what is Every? Every is a system in the US that we use to send direct to bank account payments. It's not a wire. It's what they call in the US an ACH. But I mean, there's a lot of BS. I want to show you in 14 days, this all adds up to $504,000. So why are we so pumped about this? Because a lot of people are doing really good stuff. And you know what? I challenge you. Don't make it about, you want to know the secret to success? Don't make this about how much money you're going to make. Make it about how many people you're going to help. How many people are you going to help? How many entrepreneurs every day are you going to help? If you think about it as helping others and not about what's in it for Brian or Joe or John, everything gets better. Okay? Everything. I mean it. Do not, you've all heard it. You can make anything you want, right? You got to help people. You solve problems. What are you doing here? You're a problem solver. You're referring entrepreneurs, American business owners, to accountants to possibly qualify for free money. Doesn't mean it's a sure thing. Nothing's a sure thing, but it's a really high percentage that do qualify, right? And what happens if you do? Well, a typical affiliate marketer, and they sell a product for $37, they're going to make $18. Our average payments is it a couple $1,000s? It's a whole different story. This is high ticket affiliate marketing. It's very real. And while it doesn't mean there is no guarantee you're going to make money, there is never a guarantee, right? You know what I can tell you? We have a lot of people succeeding. That's a fact. I can guarantee you that because it's a fact. What would I pay my sub agents? I typically pay them 5 to 10%, sire. James Skelton said, I just upgraded. Welcome, James. Here's another one. I just upgraded as well. Jason Sherman just said, Brian, the amazing thing is 70% of the businesses qualify for this, and they really need our help. I'm sitting here thinking that millions of business owners who stand to get back tens of thousands. You know what? It's a great sentence, Jason. Millions of business owners stand to get back hundreds of thousands of dollars. The average out there that I'm seeing is more like 150. And I talk to other ERTC companies. I know the average is in that range. So there are 30 million potential business owners, 33 million possibilities potentially getting on average $150,000 back. And it's super confusing to do yourself. Mohammed, so I'm going to break it down. This is a one-time opportunity to join our RPS Express, right? This is our paid group. It's a version of our paid group. We have discontinued the paid group for a year. This gets you the opportunity to make 50% more commission, Mohammed. I love it, Muhammad Ali. So welcome. Nice to meet you. There are upsells where you can even join the ultimate group, which is even more commission and the chance to build a sub-affiliate network. The sub-affiliates pay nothing. So that's kind of the net. My current site is linked through instant reply. Wilbur, you're good. I do the same thing. So you're good. I would put your new link in the instant reply campaign. No, Mohammed, thank you. Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet all of you that are here. I wish that everybody could come to events and we could kind of shake hands and grab lunch or something together. But at the end of the day, I know that's not real. It doesn't ever happen. I can only tell you what I know. This is one of the most amazing things I've ever done. I've walked away from my internet marketing business, my marketing agency. I actually moved part-time to Tampa, even though I'm married. I have 2 children at home and 2 in college. So I'm bouncing between Atlanta and Tampa. I am giving every ounce that I have, everything I have. I am building the best team we can here. I am not the CEO, no. A gentleman named John is the CEO, John Sousa. He's an investment banker. This guy is fabulous. I cannot say enough good things about John. Listen, the team here, we've got ex-McKinsey consultants, we've got CPAs, we've got call center people, we got sales people, we have ex-mortgage underwriters, we have accountants. Everybody works together with one goal. When you submit a deal, we get all their information in. We get it over to QC. We get it to the accounting team. If they're not qualified, we give them a fast no. And that's okay, you guys. If they are qualified, awesome. Jan said, what would you say is the average commission to an agent that earned on a business that qualifies? Between 3,000 and 7,000, Jan, depending on what option. Jan's asking, what's the average check? Between 3,000 and 7,000. It varies for a number of reasons. Mohammed's in Minneapolis. Great state to refer people, Mohammed. This is going to be great. Not only we get to help others, Frank said, but we're helping ourselves. It really is fabulous. In the ultimate program, what do you have the sub-affiliates do? The sub-affiliates become like salespeople for you, bringing in deals, earning money, Frankie. When I say you get 15%, it's whatever fees the business pays to the accountants. If the business pays $40,000, your 15% would be $6,000. Does that make sense, David? It's a good question. Vanessa, you have to check your text. These lack of response. You guys, whenever you're on a webinar and you need answers and you text people and they don't respond, you then call them out verbally to make them respond. Think I'm kidding too. I do it all the time because I want to help people and I have to juggle multiple devices and computers. Vanessa, thanks. I'm trying to help people. Let's see. How quickly will we receive access? Joseph, I think. Vanessa, will you answer this one? How quickly will they get access?
Absolutely. Yes. Immediately upon purchase, you should receive a welcome email that'll give you access to 100% of everything. Usually takes about 45 seconds to process when you hit purchase on the front on that first button. You should have in your inbox.
I love it. Ben said, I'm missing Columbus, Georgia, where I have been since 1978. Ben, I was in Columbus the other day at Columbus State University for a high school dance competition. I was just down there. Let's see. Connie, what percent of deals submitted end up qualifying? I don't know the exact number on that, Connie. I want to say it's between 65 and 70%. Give or take right around there, if that makes sense. Frank in Baltimore wants to get Frankie and the other Frank on a call so we can all either have a beer or hang out. I love it. We had 3 or 4 Steves the other day, Frank. It was pretty funny. How can I get, instead of 15, Brian, you said I could get 25 or 30. How do I do that? Really easy. If you bring all the docs in at the time the deal's submitted, 30%. If you bring all the docs in within 7 days, 25%. Super easy, Jan. At the mastermind event, yep, Bambi, you signed up at the mastermind. You have this. So Vanessa, make sure that we have Bambi because she signed up. I was with her when she did it.
Awesome.
So Bambi, you're good. Let's see. How does the business owner know if they're eligible? It's such a good question, Felicia. How do they know if they're eligible? It's hard to know, right? The accountants will do the work for free on the front end. If they're eligible, we'll submit the deal to the IRS and move it on. If they're not eligible, they'll tell them. It's really hard to figure out, are you eligible for the average business owner? It's a good question. How long does it take before you get paid? We pay twice a month. We pay twice a month. So why do we do that? There's a lot of people, you guys, and there's a lot of people to pay. Listen, if it was just me and my internet marketing business, I pay the next day. Here, man, I have an accounting department. You know what they think of Brian when I say, hey, can you pay these guys today? They don't like that. Honest. So anytime, is the money taxable? If you take this money out and spend it, it's going to be taxed. If you spend it pre-tax in your business, it is likely not to be taxed. I think the better answer to that question would be ask your accountant. But webinar answer is that's kind of how it works. No, Bambi, thank you. It was really good to meet you. What percentage do sub-agents make? Sub-affiliates, sub-agents, same thing. We strongly recommend 10%. So you'd have an army of people bringing in deals, right? And you're paying them 10% of your money, and it tracks all the overrides, and it comes to you get the cream off the top, so to speak. So if you're making 15, you would make 5. If you're making 25, you'd make 15. If you're making 30, you would make 20% on the sub-agent's work. It's glorious. When you have 100 plus people bringing in deals, it adds up really, really fast. Okay. Paul, good question. If you're already a member, then you would not want to sign up, Paul. Thank you for asking. Okay. Paul T. What is the timeline for Ultimate? So, you guys, I'm going to be totally honest. There's not any hard and fast rule, right? I make rules up so that we can kind of manage when there's so many people. I told everybody we would extend this version for a week, and then it would be gone forever, and we're not going to open it back up. Now, if you upgrade to Ultimate, not today, but can you do it during the week? Yes. If you came in today and you wanted to upgrade to Ultimate later, we'd have to talk about it because right now we have it set up for this week. If you know you want to get in and you need like a day or 3 days, you need some crazy situation, just let people know. We're normal people. The answer is going to be, how can we help you? Okay, I want you to know that. How long does it take for a business to completely submit documents? I could go into my payroll system and download them in 10 minutes, Frankie. Typically, a business takes 2 or 3 days. Why? They're busy. Oh, great question from Felicia. Does a business have to pay up front before they know they're eligible? No way. They don't pay anything. Not a deposit, not a credit card, nothing, Felicia. There's more training in this program, Mark. Let's see. Jean-Paul, how do we know which businesses to contact if we're outside of the US? Any business is possibly eligible. Very important you understand that. Any business. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, Joseph, I'm not going to get into it on the call right now just because it would create confusion. Joseph S., I see your question on the accelerated. Please understand, I would love to answer that, but I would confuse some of these people on the call, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, so somebody, again, this keeps coming up. I want to make sure you guys understand. Some of you are already field agents. You're making 10% on deals. If you upgrade, this is a one-time opportunity for, well, one time for a week, right? And what can you do? You're going to get paid more money for the same thing. Okay, straight up. I'm going to keep it really simple. Okay, Mandy, good deal. What is the cost to upgrade to the Ultimate? I believe it's $497, Randall. Felicia, this is awesome. No, thank you, Felicia. Janet, is the agent paid after the IRS paid? The agent gets paid when we get paid. In a lot of cases, it's before the business even gets the money, Janet. Chris, I can't speak to Mailvio. I know the guys behind it. It's a pretty good tool, right? I don't want to sit here and only talk about my stuff. I haven't used it, but I hear good things about it, is all I can really tell you. Yeah, Paul, you already have it. Paul's an RPS member, so Paul, yes, you already have the commissions. So if you're an agent and you're making 10% on a deal, there's nothing wrong with that, you guys. If you want to upgrade and get paid 15, which is a 50% increase, this is the opportunity. You do not have to, okay? By no means do you have to. But a typical deal with $30,000 in fees, you would go, ready? You would go from $3,000 to $4,500 on the same deal. And mathematically, I'm going to tell you a secret. I know that the agents who upgrade and are committed are the ones doing most of the business, and we run all kind of extra training and nurturing for those people. So it's just proven out over the years. Edward's son, yes, we can. Edward's son. I'm not going to read it out loud, but regarding your sub-agent question, yes. Okay, Daniel said, Brian, can you explain how the business gets paid? Daniel, it's such a good question. I'm glad you asked. There are two ways the business gets paid. One, if they pay our fee up front, they will get checks from the IRS direct to the business owner. Okay? They may get one or as many as 6 checks. Or if they decide to defer payment, I'm gonna grab my wallet. The money comes, let me see. All right, grab some money. The money comes in, it goes into a lockbox, like a third-party company. If you're familiar in the US with buying a house and you use like a title company or a closing attorney, it's like an escrow, like an escrow agent. The money goes to the escrow agent, and the escrow agent pays the business and pays us our fees, so we don't have to go track it down. All right, what else? Yeah, you can continue to use your current site, David. We're going to roll, David L., we're going to roll out the new sites to everybody. You'll be good to go. You don't have to use the new one, but it's better. Joseph, just put in a support ticket, Joseph S., and we'll take care of you, okay? The business, let me be really clear, the business pays nothing up front. When the business, look, the business pays nothing up front. We work for them, we gather docs, we put them through QC, they go to the accounting process, the accountants do their work. When that completes, we will find out exactly how much, right? We'll find out exactly how much, if anything, the business is getting. At that time, they get a call. Hi, Steve. This is Brian Anderson. I'm from the closing team at RPS Express. I have great news. You're eligible for $100,000. Wow, I know. Isn't it awesome? Awesome. Yeah, we small talk. We make the chit chat. All right. Well, Steve, now we're going to give you the choices, per our service agreement. Now's when you can choose to either pay us our fee now, or you can decide to pay when you get the money. Now it's cheaper if you pay now, and there's, we go through all the fee options, blah, blah, blah. So that process happens at the end, and that is when the customer pays. All right, let's see. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 3 more questions because I have to get a recording, you guys. I'm going to take 3 more questions, and I'm going to get back to you, and then I'm going to get you a replay out. So when I do these questions, yeah, so Jack Rutledge, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Perfect. We're hiring more people, you guys. So I have 2 people I have to call. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Karen. So I have people, we are trying to bring on more people as fast as possible, and I try to personally interview as many as I can. So if I said you don't need to buy it, there are people that are already members, and I don't want to see you buy something you already own. That's all. But I'm glad you're asking, you guys. All right. Let's see. Thank you so much, Jim Stacy, Nadine Tucker. How much does customer get paid at the end? Customer, it varies. I've seen as small as like $10,000, and I've seen $3 million plus, Nadine. It varies by how much they qualify. Yeah, so the fee we make, I'm going to put it on the screen. I bet this will help you. Watch this. I'm going to do this. All right. I'm going to cheat, you guys. Tell me if this helps at all. I just made that up. Hopefully my math's right. I think it is. Does that help you guys, what I'm saying right there? It should be crystal clear. I don't want anybody to be confused. It's very important to me that you're not confused. Do you charge a fee for the business to apply? No, we do not. How do we track refunds? We have a really elaborate tracking system that all of you guys get access to. It's very elaborate. Correct, Estee Hirsch. Yes, correct. I just saw your comment. All right, you guys, awesome. Thank you, Susanna S. Good to see you, and so many others. Oh, baby, thank you so much. Any other questions? Oh, good. This helped. Clear now. Perfect. So let me complicate it a little bit. Richard asked a good question. I'm happy to kind of walk through it. Let's do this. Business getting I'm gonna do a real example. Business getting $200,000 in credits. Let's say they pay 18%. Total fee, I'm gonna make this as real as we can. Where's my calculator? You can see where I calculated all those payments, and it came out to 5.04. All right, 200,000, 200 times 18, $36,000. So you get 15%. I'm going to get rid of this. So you would make, in this case, help me out, times 15, $5,400, right? Instead of 3,600. Now, what would the business get? The business would get 200,000 minus 36,000. The business would get $164,000 in this example. Not bad. Not bad at all, right? They didn't even know about it. It's fascinating. Awesome, you guys. Guys, we teach you best practices for generating leads, who to target. We got about 18 months. Awesome. Why can't most accountants handle this work directly? It's such a good question, Stephen. I asked it myself. Because they're in the business. This is like a 3-year program. We've got a little over 18 months left. They're in the business of doing taxes, doing audits, etc. They're not in the business of doing ERTC. They're not set up to scale. Some of them are doing it, but my number one referral source to Brian personally are other accountants. Think about that for a minute. They refer them over because they don't do them. They don't really want to do them. You'd have to ask one why they don't, but for me, what I've noticed is they don't want to rock the boat, so to speak. You know, they have a business and a practice, and they don't want to change things up. So I'm going to put the link back on the screen. It is a one-time fee payment. I'm going to take any last questions. We're going to wrap this up. I will send you a replay. It'll just go to you guys. It's available for you. So see what we got here. Yep, we're going to roll the new websites out. You don't have to do anything on that, you guys. We'll roll them out for you. Is there a limit to how many sub-agents if I go to Ultimate? There is no limit. I have lots of people that have more than 100. How about this? My general rule on that is more is probably better. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I'm very grateful you came. I know it was early. Thank you for being here. I look forward to obviously interacting with so many of you. It's very straightforward. If you're an existing field agent and you want to upgrade, this is a one-time opportunity. We open this back up. It is $297. There's additional upgrades available, but what I'm specifically talking to you about right now, you gain 50% more commission. There's some extra training, and you make more money for doing the exact same work. If you know you're in on this, you're in the right place. If it's not for you, that's okay too. I appreciate that 1,000 people were on the call with us. I mean that. Really appreciate it. I gave a shout out to some of the team out there on the floor. Listen, at the end of the day, we're about helping entrepreneurs. There's a mission here that's bigger than money. And you know what a cool byproduct is? We all make a nice little bit of income. But when you think about helping others, it really starts to get crystal clear. So with that being said, thank you guys so much. We'll get a replay out. I hope that a lot of you decide to come on board because I mean this. It's the best thing I've personally ever done. If it's not for you, it's okay. But I promise, you know, it's pretty fascinating. So thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. I will talk to you soon. I'm very grateful. I can't wait to once again to interact, have you guys on calls and see like Derek, who came on with 44 deals from the United Kingdom. Fascinating. I'm so excited. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.